an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I learned to ride, for I learned to stand.
Hello, and thanks for dropping by for Hawkeye's Old Comics and Cards. In this episode, what we hope to do is tell you about an amazing individual who was discovered by this gentleman here named Will Rogers. Around 1925, Will Rogers walked into the telegraph office, and the telegraph operator happened to be Gene Autry, and he was strumming his guitar and singing, and Will Rogers told him that he ought to try singing professionally, and so he did. He met this fella, Smiley Burnett. He began to have some hit songs. His first hit was That Silver-Haired Daddy of Mine.
Is a dear one who's weathered life's sorrow, is that silver-haired daddy of mine.
And then he and Smiley were discovered again by another individual named Nate Levin, and they were put in a movie called Old Santa Fe. Ken Maynard, this individual right here, he was the star, and so Gene and Smiley, they were in the pictures together, did some great pictures, about 44 pictures up to 1940 with mascot pictures, which may have become Republic pictures sometimes during there. Then some comic publications got in on Gene's career, and there was a publishing company called Fawcett Publications. They put out Gene Autry #1 in 1941, and it had, here's another example of that first comic, and it's a restored one. These are actually pretty valuable if you can find one, and they made several issues after that, and I'll tell you a little bit more about Fawcett and Dell and some of the other comics in the next episode. But I wanted to leave you with this. In the good book, The Chief Shepherd, he tells a parable about the talents. And one of the individuals that talents were given to, of course he was talking about money there, but I think you could interpret it also as your talent, anything you have to give. One of the people in that went and buried his talent. Well, Gene Autry didn't do that, and that really shows up in his life. What an amazing life. He did not bury his immense talent. He blessed so many people, and he, of course, was blessed by it. But I'll end with this. I hope you keep riding happy trails and give me a like. As Gene's friend Roy would say, may the good Lord take a liking to you.
I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I learned to ride, for I learned to stand.